Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 2007 Peugeot 207 Super 2000. Now this is 761 horsepower, 481 pounds-feet of torque from its 2-litre turbocharged inline-4 engine. The car itself now weighs 2,497 pounds. Being a rally car, this already came with all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, but it now has off-road tyres that are wider than the tyres that were on it in standard form, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 4.145 seconds, 0 to 108.824 seconds, and going to a top speed of 223 miles an hour. So like I said, this was a rally car in its original form, although it's got a hell of a lot more power than it had originally, and it's also turbocharged, although the engine is its standard engine still, so it does have that going for it in terms of not dealing with any engine that is larger than normal. But yeah, still, being a rally car, it should do well here. As you can see, the stats are all fairly high up, especially in terms of the acceleration, launch and the off-road capability. But yeah, as we have seen with plenty of cars on this series, just because they are meant for going off-road, even at speed or just typically going off-road, does not necessarily mean that they will be quick. So yeah, because we've had plenty of off-road vehicles on this series that haven't been particularly quick or slower than cars that typically wouldn't go off-road. So yeah, not a predictable series by any means in terms of what's going to be successful here or not, but I doubt this is going to be slow. Hopefully it'll put in a good showing, because it is our first Peugeot on this series. So yeah, we've got at least one other rally car to try out from Peugeot, although it is the road-going version of that rally car, and a normal road-going version as well of a standard road-going car. So yeah, unfortunately we don't have many Peugeots in these games, which is a big shame given the huge history that Peugeot have had over the many decades. I'm sure they had a bit of a slump in their good output for a while, but they came back with the likes of the RCZ, and then their most recent output has been fairly decent as well, especially in terms of the way they look. So yeah, I do wish we had some more Peugeots in this game, quite frankly, or any Forza game, because yeah, this 2007 Peugeot, even though it's not a normal road going car, is I think the newest Peugeot we've ever had. So yeah, definitely really nice to have more from them. But for now, this car is doing pretty well here. Small and light, and obviously the all-wheel drive system is standard to the car, so it's not having to deal with any additional extras in that regard. And yeah, the new 7-speed gearbox I'm doing it is keeping the power on the level. It's not going to put us in a gear that has no power or no real go. Keeping the power up there right where we need it. Even though it's far from the quickest accelerating car that we've had, it's a car that seems to be able to hold its speed pretty well. Kind of what we're going over. So fairly good at keeping its speed up through the corners. Down there, nearly 150 mile an hour. This is doing really rather well, but at the end of the day, it's the number at the end that matters, and we've had plenty of cars that have felt pretty quick that have turned out to be slower than we imagined. Looking like one of those slow cars, to be honest. It's not our fastest car, but it is one of our fastest cars ever, quite frankly, at 3 minutes 16.104, which puts it slap bang into 4th place, believe it or not. beating the Extreme E number 44 X44, the Sierra Cars number 23 Yokohama Alpha, the Deberti Toyota Tacoma TRD Performance Truck, the Dodge Coronet Super B, the Hennessy Venom F5, the Subaru WRX STI ARX Supercar, and it knocks the Plymouth Barracuda Formula S out of the top 10. And yeah, only the Lotus Evija, Brabham BT62 and the Hot Wheels 2 Jets are quicker than this. So yeah, I guess sometimes this series is a little bit predictable, because like I said, I didn't think this being a rally car would necessarily make it a quick car, but yeah, that definitely proved to be the case, because yeah, really rather quick, felt quick, and yeah, the time at the end of the day has proven it to be a quick car. So yeah, that's the fastest car we've had on this series for a while, to be honest. I think the last fast car was the Hennessy Venom, or maybe the Subaru WRX, but I'm not sure. But regardless, that is a really rather quick time, and yeah, for the first Peugeot on this series, puts Peugeot right on the map to get right into the top 5 with very little in the way of effort. Quite frankly, it was not a difficult car to drive whatsoever, had no real issues with it, and yeah, was able to keep up to speed, was dealing with the off-road elements fine, and yeah, dealt with the extra power really rather well as well. So yeah, on the whole, I'm really impressed with it, not just in terms of the time, but also in terms of how easy it was to drive. So yeah, nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.